Hello, marry me. So, I want to discuss some pendulums. And what I want to discuss is I've gotten some questions about whether or not the shape of a pendulum really matters. As some of you who have been seeing my Beneficas occult findings videos see, I have quite a bit of a collection of pendulums and I can't seem to stop buying them. And quite a few of them have odd shapes and so on and so forth. So does the shape of a pendulum really matter? And I would say it could. Basically, what you have to remember with all forms of divination is that the divination tool is not what's doing it. The divination tool is not what's doing the magic. You are. Basically, you can see this in other types of magic as well. Some people, they need an elaborate altar setup with altar cloth corresponding to the season, very nice detailed tools, incense, meditative music in the background, the whole 9 yards. That's when they do their best work. And then there are people that decide, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna do a ritual now," so they just go in their kitchen cabinet, they find whatever everyday items they have that serve as tools, set up an altar on the kitchen um, plate, the workspace you do in your kitchen. Anyway, set up an altar on the kitchen table, do the ritual, and pack it away, and all is fine. So it varies a lot. Basically, you can say the various tools, they are a bit like a candlelight dinner is for a relationship. You definitely, it's not technically needed to have that romance to make a relationship work. But some of us need it more than others. Some of us really get that emotional boost when our partner bring us a rose, or have a candlelight dinner, or send a romantic text message, or whatever. It helps get us in the mood. It's the same as with Christmas songs, decorating the Christmas tree, or whatever Christmas custom that you have that really tell you now it's Christmas. I mean, for my mother and me, we my mother lived in a small town that I grew up in, and I go down to visit her every year for Christmas. And basically, the local amateur choir has a concert, and almost every year, me and my mother go and watch that concert. And that's what really tells me now it's Christmas. When the singing begins, and later when we go home from that concert, and we go home and we put a bit of goodies like fruits and nuts and all of that on the table, and we sit watching some program that goes every year with uh, cooking programs that tells you how to make Christmas food and so on and chat. That's when I really feel that now it's Christmas. And it's very much the same with ritual tools, and a pendulum is a ritual tool. For some people, just using whatever necklace they have works. Or they could just put a ring on a string or any kind of weight on a string. They don't need it to be some sort of special item. Others need that special item, and it's the same thing with shapes. For some people, if they're going to do a divination about love and using a pendulum, having it be a rose quartz heart really helps them. While for other people, it doesn't really matter. Now, yes, these symbols and what the pendulum is made of, and all of that do play a huge role. Uh, there are energies that these items, these symbols, these shapes, these materials tie into. However, how important that role is for the individual practitioner varies a lot. And as such, you don't, if you're going to be you, doing pendulum divinations, you don't have to go out and buy pendulums with every kind of symbol there is. There isn't any need. Any weight on a string will do. Could there be an aid in having a pendulum that matches the thing you're doing with a particular symbol or shape? Yes, but far more important is that you resonate with the pendulum. And I've showed you this pendulum here before. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's not my number one favorite, but it's one of my favorites. And it's been my daily pendulum for some time now. And I mean, it's a pretty cheap thing. It's this optical artificial stone thingy with a moon in the end. But when I opened the package from eBay that this came in, I just fell in love with it. And of course, one thing is that it has just the kind of weight I like. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. The end of it feels good, it's just the kind of length I like. Technically, it's just the kind of pendulum I like. However, there's also something about this pendulum. It resonates with me, and I do generally get pretty good results with it. So I will often use this for about anything, even if I have pendulums in my drawer that would be that has been bought for one particular purpose or another. So basically, yes, symbols and materials play a big role, but it's far more important that the given pendulum resonates with its user. Basically, for me, I believe that about everything in existence has a soul. It might not have the kind of soul that a human being or an animal has, but I think that everything in existence has a spiritual component. This ring has a spirit, the sofa I'm sitting in has a spirit, the books in the background has a spirit, everything has a spirit. Of course, this is just one theory, but as such, this pendulum has a spirit, and its spirit resonates well with mine. And that's very much the important thing, that you find a pendulum that you are comfortable using. I mean, my mother bought me a kit for learning the pendulum when I was 15. I'd used her pendulum since I was a little girl, running around and using it to find my friends when we played hide and seek and so on. I eventually they didn't want to play that with me anymore because I always found them. But anyway, so she got me a kit. And there was this brass pendulum in it, but I didn't like it. It just didn't resonate with me, but it resonated with her. So we swapped. So I got her pendulum that I've been using since I was a child, and she got the pendulum that she felt resonated more with her, that I didn't like. And I mean, I have bought pendulums for my collection. I'm just going to put this back. Open them up, and I've tried them, and they just don't resonate with me. Sure, I can force it, I can use them, but it doesn't really matter if they would be the right symbol for the job. They don't resonate with me, and then it's better to just use one that is comfortable using. And what I'm getting at with this is that you don't need a huge pendulum collection. Basically, all you need is to find that one pendulum that really resonates with you. Now, one thing that if you feel that the materials matters a lot is to get, like I mentioned in an earlier video, a compartment pendulum. Now, a compartment pendulum is a pendulum that has a compartment, simple as that. You can open it, and in there you can add whatever materials that you are working with, and also add something that corresponds with what you're asking about. If you're asking about love, you might want to add a bit of rose quartz in there. If you're looking for missing jewelry, you might want to add a bit of metal, the same metal as the jewelry you're looking for. If you're looking for a missing pet, you might want to add a bit of the pet's fur, and so on and so forth. Now, they can be very useful to get that correspondence, if correspondence is very important to you. So I do recommend getting a good compartment pendulum eventually. However, really, even as big a pendulum collection as I have, the ones I regularly use is a handful of them. I mean, it's that one. It's a rock crystal pendulum my hubby gave me for Christmas one year. I use that a lot. One that a pendulum is made out of a um, radio tube. I think that's the right term for it. I have it here on the table. I can show you. Oh, almost dropped the camera. There we go. Sorry about the jumbling the camera. Here, I use this one a lot. It's basically a radio tube. I have a big rose quartz one I use a lot. A huge wood one I use a lot. And my old favorite, the third pendulum I got, which is a hematite pendulum I use a lot. And other than that, I do use other pendulums every now and then. Yeah, I have one I've made myself too, which is basically one made of polymer clay, a huge thing which is painted black and gold. But anyway, it's what I'm getting at is that you build up energy when you use things. And generally, that buildup of energy is more important than matching it completely with the tool at hand. So, yeah, really, I recommend getting a compartment pendulum when you do need to use a correspondence. And really, even if sometimes a compartment pendulum can cost a little bit more, it is far cheaper to just get a compartment pendulum than to do what I do and collect pendulums. But again, like I said, I collect them. It's like collecting stamps. I don't use all of them regularly for divination. It's just with my tarot cards. I have perhaps 6 decks that I use regularly, and then the rest of decks I collect because they are beautiful and I can learn something from every deck. So yeah. So I know I've been rambling quite a bit here. It's amazing how I can ramble for over 10 minutes about just a simple question I've been asked. So yeah, to sum it up, do the material and shape of the pendulum matter? Yes and no. Like I said, it depends on you. It do tie into the energies of given correspondences, and that can be a boon or a drawback for a divination. But really, it depends on you, your paradigm, and also how you feel it. Do you get that warm, fuzzy feeling and really feel in the mood for divination when you open up your briefcase of pendulums? Just imagine like the surgeons sit there, pick the right one for the out of 100 for the task, and do that. Do you feel that really gets you pumped for divination? Then that's the right thing for you. However, if you're just having your old sturdy regular pendulum and just using that for everything feels better for you, that is a better choice. So yeah, can it affect the divination? Yes, but that you're comfortable with the pendulum itself affects it a lot more. Because at the end of the day, magic is about the user, not the other way around. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Blessed be.